Oh, sleepy. This looks like I'm muscular or something. Am I muscular? I don't know. That's really sexy, isn't it? I don't think I'm that muscular. But I think it's just that I only gain fat here in my gut and my boobs a bit. So these stay nice and lean. Muscular. Wow, sexy old man. We have to talk. We gotta talk. Now, I enjoyed last week's video. It was a little bit. It was kind of a grumpy video. Those work sometimes. I don't think there's any hard feelings. My very good friend at work, big fan, watches every single one of them. I call him my manager. Because he encourages me, and he'll also offer constructive criticism. I love him. Even if maybe I don't agree sometimes, but that's okay. And more often than not, yeah, I kind of agree with him. Pretty much, I think his only criticism of last week's video was that I started the video saying, "One, no Trump," and then proceeded to talk about Trump. Yeah, I call it a little news because I don't like the news. I don't like the news that much, but I sure found I was enjoying doing kind of a humorous style of news program for y'all. But it became very quickly very Trump-centric. Almost everything was about Trump. It may as well have been called a little Trump. No, but I think what's been hard is that is just something that it's like the sun or an eclipse you can't help, or a train wreck. Maybe train wreck is better. Can't not look at it in a way. You're drawn to the Trump so much, even the legitimate. That's a matter of opinion, I suppose. News people, the CNNs, the Reuters, the New York Times, all those people, they're really drawn to the Trump, and certainly the comedians are, because he's such a fucking asshole. I didn't mention the second reason that I wanted to do a little news, and the other reason that it's so Trump-centric is I think it was my way of dealing with it, because when and I've said this in other videos, when the shit hit the fan election night, I was terrified. Frankly, I was terrified, and I'm still terrified. Frankly, I mean, this man has nuclear codes, and the only way, or at least one of the ways that I could deal with it, was get on here and be silly about it, and to take the laughter medicine, try the laughter medicine out. Well, another thing I think for the future is, I don't live in the United States of America. I live in Canada. And why am I not doing Canadian news? I think that's trickier. That takes a much more clever person to do, because, and we have comedy programs that I think only Canadians watch, really. But I think they have to be more clever. They have to do more research, because I think this country and our politics, it's historically tends to be less hysterical. By that I mean in the sense of we have nicknames for y'all. We do. They're not terrible. The frightened states of America, the excited states of America. We have a few. There was some big news today. There was some big stuff, but it wasn't funny. It's just that I don't want to try to make that funny at all. Yeah, I think I kind of looked at it and said, no, fuck, I can't, not today. I can't look at that today. Actually, if I'm honest, sadly, I kind of looked at it and said, oh, not again. I'm tired of it. Yeah. Well, I mean, don't you think this is happening a lot? These random shooting things that happen. I can't process it in a way. In the States, they had this tragedy, which makes you think of the Second Amendment, makes you think of gun control, doesn't it? Makes you think about. I'm tired of them being in our lives so much. But when their democracy collapses, maybe we can Maybe that'll kind of boost us up into that place. I don't know. This is awful. I need another coffee. So yeah, you want to do maybe different news, Canadian news or something. So you're looking up your Canadian news, you turn on your TV to find some, and then they're right in your face again, you know? Someone shot, you know, Trump said something stupid, missile strikes in Syria, movement in the Korean, they've always... Then the commercial comes on, it's for one of their shitty things. They're so pervasive in the world, you know? They invented everything that we like the iPhone and this computer that I'm using. Maybe the air I breathe is imported from a factory in Wichita. You can hardly really avoid the United States of America. And it's always been like that, but I think even more so now than ever with ugly old Trump on the face of it. And in good ways too, good ways, innovations and creativity, you know, some of the very best programs and programming, movies, they created Hollywood, everything like that. I'm kind of a recluse and a sociophobic person, or something. Something's going on. I find it difficult to leave the apartment, as you can tell. I rarely, there's only a couple or a few where I've shown you that I leave and go out at all. That I've demonstrated that that I'm not just in this chair all the time. Some mornings I look out the window and I say, God help me, I don't know if I can do this. I just don't know. I'm very frightened. But at the same time, I'm in Canada. I don't know. I just feel that much more peaceful about it, you know. There just aren't as many guns. I don't know per capita if we have more or less lunatics. I don't know, but they won't. They're not as likely to be carrying a gun. There's something really mad and just sick about something. Piece of metal about the size of this thing, maybe. Kill a person, take their whole life away, take their future away, take them away from their family, cause all kinds of irreparable damage to people around them, that the mourning their loss, or children that have lost a parent, or parents who have lost a child, just like that. I can't abide the thought that there exists a thing in the world. All you have to do is this, and someone's dead. That terrifies me, you know, and this sort of maniacal defending of that. It's kind of mass. Like the guy in the cinema, that one sticks in my head. He just went to a movie theater and shot at everybody. I can't remember why or to what end, or, you know, and the famous Columbine. That's not even that famous anymore because there's so many of them like it, you know. Many that Kellyanne Conway gets confused, you know, and thinks that another one happened. Where did you think that happened? Anyway, she thought there was another one. And I was inclined to believe her because what the fuck? I lose track. Someone would say, how about that awful shooting? I'll say, what? I don't know, which one? Because my brain can't process that much stuff. It's happened here. Famously in Montreal. Oh, terrible shooting. It was all women. I remember that. Just made it sort of that much, well, it's always nasty, isn't it, but it's just that much nastier because they heap on top of that a whole level of misogyny. So famously that one in Montreal. And I'm sure there's been others in this country, but you know, far less, you know. But that's why the world jumps up and down so much when it happens here. That's why we jump up and down so much. What? What the fuck? You got the wrong country, I think. You made a mistake. Someone's made a mistake, or popped out a fake news, maybe. Getting all fucking political again. I don't know if I want that to go up. Yeah, the sunlight's doing something stupid. Well, I guess it's setting, but I asked Siri. She lied to me. She said it wasn't setting for another hour or so. Yeah, we had what I like to call a climate change storm today. We did, because it was beautiful sunshine. Everybody's so happy. You know, I just imagine the children playing in the park and singing, you know, jump rope and things like that. And then like 5 seconds later, it was like horrible. It was thunder, lightning, wind, rain, everything, like within 5 seconds. And then, you know, there 5 seconds, I'm exaggerating, right? But I mean like 15, 20 minutes later, out came the sun again. All other shit went away. We're done. You know, I don't. Here it comes. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. I don't know if this is going to go up, but maybe I got some things off my mind for me. I think this is totally for me. I do. I think it's totally for me. For me, when I'm doing a video, sometimes what happens is I'm rambling on and I'm kind of incoherent, and that creates a really nice energy that's worth using. And sometimes then I can go into post-production, and out of this coming up in 35 minutes of video, I can actually find, with some clever cutting, sound effects, you know, music and things like that, 5 minutes. That's really terrific. And sometimes I just let it die and say, it's okay. I mean, I got some things off my mind, and my own private, maybe, video diary. I've heard some videos, some YouTube people with really lovely things that they end their videos with. And my thing is, well, that was wet. Maybe I should have a thing that I say before maybe. But last week I really felt, that's how I felt, so it was actually appropriate. What could I say that's nice? I'm gonna sort of sit in a Zen kind of way, like I really know anything about Zen, but very quiet, sort of meditative place to decide. What keeps coming up is take care of each other. Yes, I think that's all we can do. Take care of each other. So much going on, right? We're scared, I think, right now. It's a scary time. But a lot of that, we can't do very much about it directly. People around us, people we work with, people we live with, people we love, our family, those are the people we can have a direct. Me, Mr. Head in the Sand, hideaway from everybody guy saying this, but take care of each other. It's simple. It's not too sappy. I don't think it's anyone else's. I mean, YouTube is enormous, so I'm sure someone else close would take care of each other. I'm going to take it as a sign that I can't come up with anything better. Goodbye should be in there somewhere, I think. Goodbye. So, goodbye and take care of each other. I quite like that. Maybe.